Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we will be playing some Warmother's Call. A deck which has seen some competitive play, I want to say, throughout the entirety of this game, particularly sort of early on. Warmother's, I think, was considered pretty good. Since then, you know, it's kind of fallen out of favor, but I think it's never been or will ever be top tier. I think there'll always be better ways of playing Control than Warmother's, but it's certainly a different way of playing it, and it's certainly a lot of fun. And I think for that reason alone, that I kind of want to try it and see where it's at. This is kind of the list that I've come up with. Obviously, with a buffed Anivia, it kind of helps, although then we just got a slightly nerfed Anivia as well, obviously, with the egg going down to a 0-1. It's also Tryndamere's deck, in that he hasn't really found anywhere else to call home, but this certainly is a very good deck for him. And, you know, certain cards, again, like Soul Gorger, this is a very good deck for Soul Gorger, but not necessarily much else. And yeah, it's a pretty solid deck overall. Again, as I say, it's not going to be top tier, but it's certainly different and certainly quite a bit of fun. So let's quickly run through the idea. If you haven't seen a Warmother's Call deck before, basically what they are is it's kind of like an enchantment from Magic. It's kind of the only one in the game where, you know, it has a continuous effect throughout the game once you play it. You summon the top ally from your deck when you play it, and each round starts. So essentially, as soon as you play it, your opponent is on a massive clock, and if they can't win through non-board means, then they're probably lost the game. To be honest, because obviously we're pulling out Tryndamere's and Anivia's and Soul Gorgers and Ledros and you know, Hearthguards and Scourges, and we're pulling out all these big units that are often somewhat tricky for the opponent to deal with. But obviously we need to get there, and it is the most costly spell in the game. So obviously we need to be able to survive, and that's why we've got the likes of Feast and Scourge, of course, to stop attacks or give us the 5 health back. Stuff like Avalanche, Catalyst of Eons, of course, we are a ramp deck and we'll be looking to ramp. Grasp and Wail, of course. 1 Atrocity, 3 Vengeance, 3 Ruination. We're really all in on just containing the game and dealing with boards as much as we can to then get out Warmother's Call and to then try and win the game. This is built in a way that can mean that, you know, we don't need to play Warmother's Call. Of course, Ledros can kind of win games on his own, and Anivia has been shown to win the odd game on his own. I've thought about one Rekindler as well. The problem is, obviously, if you do play Warmothers and neither Anivia or Tryndamere have died, Rekindler isn't doing much. So that's why Rekindler's not in there. But with that said, let's get in to some games. So game 1 against Lucian Fortune, so it's going to be Scouts, so I kind of like Scourge. We kind of want as many tools of dealing with a board as we can. Do we need Double Whale? Double Whale is interesting, but maybe not Double Whale, maybe just the 1 would be enough. Avalanche I kind of like as well, obviously deals with Lucian and Senna in 1 in case we get there. And this Scourge can stop a potential big attack on a certain turn if we need to as well. That's why we've kept that. So is a War Chefs. That is something that I think we can afford to just pass on. Happily just take a bit of damage there. Now, depending on what he does, we'll see what he does. We could Avalanche this turn. I think we will just pass. Let's see what he does. He might want to pass as well. No, he plays Misfortune. So I think that means that we probably are in for an Avalanche, which means we can set up Withering Wail next turn, and obviously that's going to do quite a bit as well, but he could get the War Chefs onto the Misfortune, and that's not really what we want, so I think we will also Val Feast this, and then we'll also get an attack with the Spider as well. And Misfortune obviously... Whoa! Whoa. I mean, that's a great trade for us because we were probably going to trade it anyway. I can't think of what on turn 4 I'm that scared of. Well, that's his play. So he's getting his 6 damage. 6 damage worth it. Oh, that's a tough one. I think it is. I think we have to play this now. Because on 6 we'll probably want to be playing Anivia. So yeah, we stop all damage there. That's kind of useful for us. And now we can just pass again. Depending on what he plays, we could play Whale. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good Whale. Because that might force him to develop, at which point we can play Soul Gorger. Or the Scourge as well. He might just take the 6 damage, but that's okay as well. Obviously we're just trying to push this game as far back as we can. Soul Gorger looking a bit better than Anivia right here. Yeah, I think we will just go Soul Gorger. Although this is kind of the one that we didn't want for him. Yikes. Big yikes. So he'll challenge this. If he's smart, so he doesn't order his attack correctly. Because of course that is going to allow us to heal. So there's an avalanche. So I might just pass first. See what he does.
You're covered.
Huh. Do I have to avalanche now? Brings this down, we can block that. His open attack is just too good for me to not do this now, I think. Could go for like a single combat here as well. Ranger's Resolve, okay. That's pretty big as well. Also hurts us quite a lot. So this guy just had all the answers. This is probably one of the worst. Wow. So that's gonna be a good game, I'm pretty sure. We might have had to play this unattacked, to be honest. Kind of have to just hope he develops, which he does, but he develops into that. So that's no good. So then we've probably lost. This guy had pretty much a perfect hand, it looks like. He can challenge this and die, but he'll challenge this, obviously. I'll go back up to 15. I don't have a playable hand. We drew pretty bad. Yeah, this is kind of the problem sometimes. You just draw all your creatures and you just lose. Okay, a deep matchup. Deep, obviously, is going to be slow enough for us to be able to get to where we want to be. Essentially, it's a race. Can we find enough ramp? Is Avalanche going to do much in this? Maybe we'll keep it. Vengeance is obviously good for Nautilus. Could be good for something like Maokai as well, because we need to stop his tossing as much as we can. This is perfect. We want as many of those as we can get. Because essentially it's a race. Can we ramp before and get Warmother's call out before they can toss enough cards? Health shouldn't be too much of an issue. We want to see him toss away as many other toss cards as we can, because that's going to be our way of winning. There's a Ruination that could come in handy as well. But Maokai is probably going to be how he beats us here. This is all fine, of course. We're gonna delay killing that toad as long as we can. Hopefully, just open attacks. But either way, we're playing this Catalyst of Eons. Does just open attack. That's ideal for us. We ramp up. His delay there says to me he does have Dead Bloom Wanderer though, which is a bit annoying. If he does. Yep. So he gets rid of Salvage. That's one card he could have. But of course we need to find our Warmothers as well. It's somewhat important. Again, I think we just do this now. So we're up to 6, so we'll get up to 7 next turn. Jettison, so he's starting the race as well. Wow, he gets rid of all 3 of those. And a Jettison, so that's a pretty good one for us. But he's already on 22, so he's getting there already. You know, you got the perfect curve, your ideal curve for this deck, of course. But we know no Maokai. I'd say Maokai will be the way he probably wins this game, I would have thought. For Joel Hunters, at this point, I think we just go Avalanche. It's quite a good play for us. Well, what, 2 turns off Ledros? He's probably 2 turns off Maokai though, that's the thing. So we probably want to play Soul Gorger here. He's on 20, he's gonna get it this on next turn, you would have thought. Fortunately we haven't drawn a Warmother, which is kind of annoying. So I think we actually do this first. The reason I'm doing this now is because obviously if I kill this and he blocks with this, that's toss 2. So if he's got a Jettison in hand, we're kind of forcing him to have double Jettison, or, you know, multiple ways of getting down 5 cards, which is quite tough because if he's got salvage as well, there's a lot of ways he could have made it deep afterwards, but not necessarily beforehand. So that's why we did that then and there. He gets rid of another salvage. This one's going to be interesting. It's going to be close, I think. Could come out with Nautilus. He just wants to end the round. I don't think I'm under much threat here, so I can play you. Because even like a Ruination right now, obviously with Ledros down, isn't doing much. He does just play Nautilus. Makes sense. Begins the turn. Okay, well I can attack with these. He can Jettison, I suppose. What if I kill this though? What if I Vengeance you? I could Vengeance into a Scourge. I think Vengeance is right, surely. Because it means that he can't play any sea monsters for cheap. You know, it's Glimpse or anything, just as long as that's dead. Okay, Riptide on you. Second one would be somewhat annoying. Just a Val Feast. Okay. Well, I can Val Feast his Spider. That's probably the most this Val Feast is going to get use of. And then he's going to what? Val Feast my Val Feast. We trade back and forth. We know he's got at least one in hand, but he'd shuffled the Nautilus back into his deck, which means that he can't quite get there. See, we attack, he blocks with the Spider, that's fine. And then he goes for the Jettison, so he does get there. And I think essentially we did win the race, but then we just didn't find the Warmothers, which again is somewhat frustrating. Drag Dredgers, that is an interesting open. Unless he's looking for the Maokai Mill. Guess we play you. Maokai is leveled up, so if he does drop a Maokai here, we are in pretty big trouble. I think we actually whale this now. We know he's got a sea monster in hand. Ruination. So he goes for the Ruination. So we... Joel, I think this is the sea monster that Joel Hunter's created. I'm almost positive. So he's just drawing, and it probably will be one or the other of Maokai or Nautilus. We obviously will drop our Anivia.
Eternal winter.
Straight Vengeance. He brings back the egg. We drop a Scourge. And then he drops a Wanderer. So we pretty much know right now he's only got one of two options. That's Maokai or Nautilus. We probably want it to be Nautilus, I guess. Does not choose to block.
This is our time.
Get a Val Feast. That's one of the worst draws we could have got. It is Maokai, so we're pretty much at the mercy of whatever we draw. We need to find... Oh no, it won't be Anivia. We needed an Anivia there for a draw so we could shuffle Anivia back in. I'm on 4, he's on 4. So will we draw this game? Or will Nautilus put back his things that he's lost? Could go for a Ruination. Is that correct either though? I don't really know at this point. Stops the health gain. It's frustrating we can't Val Feast this anymore. That would have been a nice play as well. Another Ruination. Guess we just attack. You know he's only getting Maokai's on Nautilus, I'm pretty sure. He's down on 2. There is Nautilus. And I think that's going to shuffle it all back to his deck, right? That's going to be pretty bad for us. How am I... Has that done that? Yeah, it has. I guess I pass. Oh, should I have Ruination there? Maybe. But then I need to kill whatever he draws as well. He's gonna put it down. Tosses 2 but gets 2 treasures in. Now if I go for this... Just that again and then we open attack for the win? How can he stop this?
A new era begins.
Oh, thank God. Oh, we got there. Wow.
The cycle is complete.
Whew. Okay, Thresh Plank. This in theory should be somewhat of a favorable matchup. I think Hearthguard is the one that I'm kind of okay keeping, particularly against like Gangplank, which is also a 5/5 of course. Grasp, Val Feast. I think this is kind of an okay hand. We'll see if we can finally get Warmothers out. Double Catalyst, pretty nice. As I say, without Warmothers, it's not doing the most. Happily take 2 here, that's fine. We can wait. There's a Scourge, we'll just play the Catalyst. Go up to 5 mana next turn. And potentially go double Catalyst into 7 mana. At which point, you know, we can start playing some big boys early on. But again, we would ideally like to see a Warmothers here. Payoff, so summons the 1/1. For that big open attack. It's only bringing me down to 14, so I guess I just pass. And again, just Catalyst again, up to 17. The next turn I can probably play Hearthguard. This will be Glimpse, I think. Yep. Because he's kind of, you could tell he's sort of searching. He doesn't really have a great turn 4 play. So he's probably searching for something like Gangplank or something like that. And hopefully, well, is Anivia better here? I would say probably not. I think let's go Hearthguard first. Hopefully you can just hold down the board. Still got this Vile Feast in the old pocket if we want. Like if he goes for something like Vengeance or, you know, something crazy like that to deal with this. I'm not going to attack with this, by the way, because I don't want him to grasp it or something if he blocks with the spider. That's pretty bad for us. It's just the old Planky. Guess we wait. I'll happily block the Gangplank. Oh, I should have taken the keg, to be honest. What am I doing? What am I doing? That's such a mistake. Oh, I just completely ignored the fact that I could have just attacked this keg. I don't know why. I was thinking, oh, I'll Vile Feast the keg. Looks like he's gonna help me save this though by just doing that. Thank you for that, my friend, because that was a big misplay. So thank you a lot. It doesn't hit the spider as well because it went off before. So now I think I have a lot more reason to attack. Because he can't do anything this turn this time. So he does go for that. So he's potentially looking for a whale. But any whale is fine. 1 mana spell. He's got Parlay as well. Okay, interesting. I can always Vengeance this gameplay. And that's kind of why I wasn't too worried at that point. But Parlay. Wasn't... Nah, would you run Parlay in this? Maybe. Apparently so. Yeah, so we'll just Vengeance the Gangplank. And our Anivia is getting there. Maybe I should block this because of Anivia, but... He's only dealt 2 damage to us there, so we're feeling pretty alright. As I say, we can go into... Anivia might be a bit risky because obviously he will have a lot of ways of killing things. We just need that Warmother's Call again. We just can't draw it. Grasp. Do I want to go Anivia? I would say no. But then I could drag this with Anivia, couldn't I? So maybe yes.
Storm approaches.
Because he's either going to have to kill it twice. Right now. Which could be what? Like, grasp into something else. Thresh is a pretty big counter, but not terrible either. With only 5 mana, I don't see a way he can deal with this Anivia twice.
Strike them down.
Yeah, we deal with the keg. Now, the only thing I am worried about, of course, is the big old ship. Gangplank ship. Dreadway, is it? That one is a bit of a problem right now. But there's a Vengeance, so it's not a problem. And that's 9 mana as well. And he's only on 8. So we should be okay. Interesting to see what he does here. Chooses not to attack. Yeah, we just cannot find this Warmother's Call. What's this, a double kill on the Anivia? Vile Feast. Vile Feast. Okay. You're lucky I don't have Whale in hand. I guess I do this. And I'll Vengeance the Thresh. Is he looking to kill this with Thresh? Obviously next turn I can just wipe his board with the Anivia attack. Then he goes for a Grasp. Okay. Certainly interesting. I guess I just pass. If he doesn't attack, obviously I'm good. If he does attack, I've got the Vengeance and I'm good. Now he's just used 2 Vile Feasts. Has he used a third? Just thinking about it. I mean, if he passes, he can't pass. Is this a third Vile Feast? Make it rain. That is the one. Ah, so he had... I mean, he's wasted 4 cards for 1, so I suppose that's kind of in my favour. I guess I just do this. We pass. Now we hope for Warmother's Call or something like it. Or, you know, just another Anivia. We hope he doesn't play Gangplank's ship. Just another Thresh, so we are going to kill 4 things. But at the same time, we've still got this Grasp to deal with the Thresh, so I'm okay. Go for a Glimpse. Do I want him drawing? Probably not. Thresh will be on 4 of 6. So yeah, probably not. It's probably worth grasping that. Another one? Jesus Christ, this guy, what are these draws for him? Wow. Incredible. This guy got everything. Whole gambit. So I'm not too worried about Thresh. Obviously he can't drag with Thresh. We aren't going to play anything that he could drag with as an Avalanche. He does have leveled up Gangplank, which he finds, of course, because this guy apparently is a miracle worker. And now I have to choose. What am I going to do? Okay, let's think. Let's think. If I go for the Avalanche now, he attacks, it deals 2. I could double grasp this. But then this would level up. Let's say if I go for Avalanche, is that right? If I go for Avalanche, I can block this with the Anivia. Kills the Keg. Thresh goes to 3. He still can't challenge with Thresh. Goes attack with Gangplank. So he's looking to level up Thresh, I guess.
Spread your fire.
Still do this. Go down to 9. Grasp Thresh now, so it doesn't level up. So if he obviously draws another Thresh, which apparently this guy will, because he'll draw whatever he wants. We block. Get Anivia back. He's got Make It Rain in hand. He's got everything he needs. No, he doesn't this time. Okay, so that's good for us. We find Tryndamere. That seems like we have to play Tryndamere.
And the Freljord is
Finds, of course, Rekindler. Get his gangplank back. So I attack with both still. Probably drag this to it. So that my Anivia lives.
join the conflagration.
Monkey Idol. Should be okay.
Explosives.
Gets another barrel, that's no real issue. Monkey.
We burn, then kindle
Gets
anew.
another Rekindler, because apparently this guy can do no wrong. So what, I atrocity Tryndamere into this? Do I go for Avalanche, which kills this? This isn't doing anything, then I can grasp you. So yeah, we go for Avalanche, but that means that this will kill my Tryndamere, which then becomes a 10-10. I think is still correct.
Bury all in snow.
So we level up our Tryndamere. Becomes a 10-10. Deal with those two.
Let 'em bleed out. Their bones are splintered.
Does attack with both of them. So I can obviously block one. If he doesn't I mean, not attacking. Whoa. That just has to be a mistake, right? Okay, I understand he's getting 2 barrels, but
Explosives.
I mean, I've got the atrocity kill with Tryndamere anyway. So that's no real issue.
Attack.
I think we just attack, take you. I'll put you there, in fact. Yeah, just do this. Now, if he does something with the keg, we're still doing 10. Yes! Woo! Oh my goodness, we got there. We got there in the end. Oh my god. Whew. So we're playing a Warmother's Call deck without ever drawing Warmother's Call, apparently. Doesn't matter, we got there in the end, we got a couple wins. And I think that's somewhat important that you can play the deck without needing to have Warmother's Call and still be able to win certain matchups. And because Anivia did get buffed and, you know, certain cards like Ledros are just really good, and as long as you can get there towards the end game, I think you tend to be okay. I think this deck could still use a little tweaks. I still think there are different ways you could do it. Maybe less Ruination, maybe more Ledros, maybe your more units and stuff like that. Maybe even She Who Wanders, but I've always been... I wish this card said Summon instead of Play, just so it would really fit within this deck and would be a really powerful combo and be worth playing like 3 Warmother's Call and 3 She Who Wanders. I really think that would be very cool if it was like that and you were all in. But as it stands, that seems not to be the case. So, unfortunately, we won't see that. But yeah, you see that this deck can still be okay. As I say, I don't think it's top tier, but I think it's decent, it's okay, it's fun, it's different, it's unique, and I hope you have enjoyed it. So, with that said, my name's been Chris. Thank you for watching ever so much. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you